Yeah, preamble. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I had oh my god, wait, no, I have preamble. Did you see I think this was recently where they were like President Trump is 6'3", has like 225 pounds on his body and 4% body fat.
He said that at the beginning of the last presidential
Was it really?
season.
I, for some reason,
So
this
like
just
that's
circulated into
yes.
my life and it made me laugh because I was like, that's fucking insane. 4% body fat is wild. Also, I don't think he's
It's
that
also
tall.
like not true if you have eyes. Like if you could just
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
like with your eyes, you could see none of that.
But
But
that's
people
what I mean
believe
because
it
I'm like 10%
because they
crazy.
want to.
Oh, yeah. No, they want to believe that
Very
we
much so,
have
yes.
like, it's very much like, if Hitler was like, I'm a blonde, blue eyed, tall man, and everybody went, yeah, fuck yeah, you are. Like,
Which
no.
is ironic because he was aspiring for the blonde hair, blue eyed world, and it's just that wasn't him.
Yeah, not at all. Not remotely. Fact checker said Chapel Roan. Did I miss something?
Um, uh, I don't really want to talk about Chappell Roan. Not because I think she's a bully, but because I'm sick of the fucking psyop smear campaign
Did
against
somebody
her.
say she's a bully? What did I miss?
Dude. Okay. Sit down.
Just spark note me.
Um, Bro, there's no spark noting. Some famous footballer, like did a tweet on Saturday about how his wife and his daughter are at the same hotel Chapel is, and that his daughter is a big fan of Chapel. His stepdaughter, by the way, it's actually Jude Law's real daughter, but like. So the daughter walked past Chapel Roan and was excited to see her. So she just looked just to make sure it was her. She's 11 years old, and then the footballer guy was like, and then Chapel Roan told her security to go harass my child and wife. And the internet went fucking crazy over it. And look, I don't hold any allegiance to any famous person. I'm like, look, I was a big Neil Gaiman fan, and oh nope, never mind, not anymore.
Yeah.
I was a big Joss Whedon fan, love Buffy, love Firefly, nope, can't stand the guy anymore. Fucking, I don't have heroes. Elon Musk, yeah, I used to like him, I don't anymore. Like that's how it is. I'm just like, you're dead to me.
I don't
Easy.
fucking know you, and if I find out you're a piece of shit, and that's all that I know about you, cool, we're done here.
Yeah, but like, I'm definitely like, I don't trust the first thing I hear. Like, I want to see all sides of the story. Like the fact that I'm getting an account from somebody who wasn't even there, that's already a game of telephone. I don't trust that. So all day people were like, fucking, she does this all the time. And like, I was getting shit on online because I was just like, why don't we wait for the full story? And they're like, you don't believe, you just think the wife would lie? And I'm like, I don't know if the wife's lying. I don't know why Chapel would have her bodyguard harass an 11-year-old either. It all seems just kind of unbelievable, you know?
Yeah. It
like,
seems a little blown out of proportion here.
Look, if it turns out Chapel Roan just reached back and hit the kid, I mean, I'm ready to get the mobs and pitchforks and shit too.
Yeah, I'll write her off.
But like, you know, this like immediate reaction, crazy. So the next day, Chapel came out and she was like, oh, because she did a concert that day. So she was like off social media, which is the healthy thing to do if you're a performer. So the next day, Chapel came out and she's just like, I just saw this. I feel really bad for the little girl and her mother. Like, I just want them to know that wasn't me. Like, I don't, nobody ever came up to me that day. I didn't see anybody, nothing happened. And, whoever did that wasn't my security. And everybody was just like, well, she's lying now. And it's just sexism.
Yeah,
do you remember
much.
Alan? You know Alan Richson? Of course you do. He plays Thad Castle and Jack Reacher on the show Reacher. Yesterday there was a video that was posted where he's fucking beating the shit out of his neighbor.
Oh my god!
And the top comment I saw was, well, let's wait. Let's wait for the full story to come out.
Let's see why he would beat his neighbor.
Yeah, and there somebody was being like, oh, we couldn't give Chapel the fucking benefit.
Yeah.
It's straight up sexism. But then more shit has been going down, and this is this was like last week for the rest of you, so this is all, I'm sure more is going to come out, but like people have been putting together like a smear campaign against Chappell, which I've definitely known about for a while, because like Chappell is very much the reason she didn't endorse Kamala Harris, not vote for it. It's different, and you fucking know it. Don't be a pedantic asshole. She didn't endorse Kamala because she didn't like her plan for the Israel-Palestine situation. And that's fine. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Miss Rachel did that too. And immediately after that, she's been getting a lot of smear.
Yeah.
She's been getting a lot of like targeted attacks. And even most recently, she like left her talent agency because she found out they had Epstein ties. So she's like, oh, I'm out. And then all of a sudden there's more drama about it.
Dipped.
Yeah. But it's just like bullshit misogyny. I know that says a lot coming from a white guy, but like it's just such bullshit it's such obvious bullshit misogyny where it's just like, so a guy, if a dude did this and ignored a kid and sicked his bodyguard on them, nobody would have fucking
nobody would fucking say anything. They'd be like, oh, he has a right to his privacy.
Yeah, or we would have gotten well, let's wait for both sides instead of fucking a targeted attack.
Yeah, it's I feel like it is also, there's this thing that people want to do when a celebrity is really popular and doesn't have a hyper negative reputation, where people want to find specific things to fuck with them about. Because I feel like that happened with Pedro Pascal, and everybody suddenly being like, oh my God, he's like very touchy with people. And it was specifically towards, I think, his female co-star in Fantastic Four.
Vanessa
and then if
Kirby, yes.
Yeah, then if you look at like any interview or like red carpet thing that they're doing together, like she is also very touchy with him. So I'm like, I mean, I'm not in their space. Like maybe he's an asshole, who's to say? But like, it pretty much seems like they're pretty fucking just comfortable with each other and like just have a comfortable relationship.
Well, the difference between what Pedro is doing and what everybody's mad about is consent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe they don't quite understand the nuances of consent.
Yes. Like, lots of people have touchy platonic relationships. It doesn't mean there's something inherently wrong going on.
But every time you see, like, like, Chappell did this, like, I don't know if you saw that one where, like, it was, like, at one of a red carpet thing where it showed her pushing a black woman, and then everybody's just like, what the fuck was this? It was bullshit, by the way. Everybody and their mother for, like, several hours were like, Chappell pushed that person, and, like, the camera angle doesn't look very good. But I was like, that does look weird. And then, like, a couple hours later, they showed the camera angle, and that's not even what happened a little bit. She, like, backed up into her, and then she turned around and was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, did the, like, oh, no.
It turned out to be a big fucking nothing burger, and that's always how it is with Chappell Roan. And it's just, well, obviously, it's a smear campaign from Zionists. Fuck you. It's a smear campaign from Epstein supporters. And it's also, like, we do see Chappell being rude to people. Do you know who those people are? Journalists and paparazzi. Who fucking gives a fuck about paparazzi ever?
Yeah, who deserve to be called out for being fucking, like,
she's power-hungry
assholes. Like, I would be rude to somebody following me around with a fucking camera, too. Are you kidding me? I had this conversation when she first had that first red carpet spat, where there's a picture of her, like, pointing at the person that she had beef with, which I fucking love. It's such a good photo. And they were like, well, she's famous. Like, this is what she should have expected. And I was like, no.
I hate that argument so much.
That's such a bullshit fucking argument. Like, just because somebody becomes famous because they are talented for what they are putting out into the world does not mean you get to treat them like they have ceased to be a person. Like, that is not how this works. Just because I'm good at my job somewhere doesn't mean you now get to treat me like a piece of shit because you know about my existence because I am good at my job. That is not how this fucking works, dude. That would be psychotic.
And that's something that football star was saying. I don't even want to say his name. It's. I also kind of don't remember quite what it is. I remember around the syllables in my mouth that it would be, but I don't care to say it because fuck that guy. Yeah. But he was even saying, like, she doesn't deserve to have fans. And, like, that goes right into that argument, too, dude. Where it's just like, look, when you're famous, you, like, look, if you're famous, that doesn't make you our employee. That's the dumbest fucking argument I've ever seen. Like, does that mean Joanne Rowling is our employee? Because I would like to write her the fuck up.
I would like to fire her from this job, please. Well, and that's just nonsense.
So
like, they're not You don't fucking pay them? What? Because you listen to their music? Like, just objectively speaking, the amount of money that you're spending on this person is not equivalent to their fucking paycheck, dude. Like, that's not how this works.
If you don't support Chappell Roan, that's fine. You don't have to listen to her music. You don't have to buy her stuff. You don't have to have her in your world. You can just do that.
That's cool.
That's fine. But she doesn't owe you anything. Like,
yeah, well, and she deserves
stupid.
The same respect in kind. If she doesn't fucking like you, you don't need to be around her. It's an equal opportunity workplace here. That
list doesn't include 11-year-olds because that situation didn't happen. Apparently, the footballer's wife came out and was just like, "Oh, we didn't interact with Chappell directly. She didn't see us, but the security that did talk to us, that wasn't hotel security. I don't know if it was her own personal security, but as an artist, you have a responsibility. It's just like, as an artist, she didn't see you. Where's the responsibility?
Well, she didn't see you and she doesn't fucking know you. So responsibility to what? Like, I'm just supposed to know that this random person at the hotel that I'm with, like, needs my assistance? What am I, fucking Batman? Did you wave the fucking bat symbol around in the air and I need to show up? Like,
and again, this is all like a week and a half ago at this point, so fucking whatever. Let's get on with the show. Welcome to the We Have That podcast at home, the only podcast beating up 11-year-old girls. I'm Brent Canich.
I'm on brand Rachel. Each week we play Russian roulette with our success and hit another 11-year-old. Last week we found out the genre of 11-year-old we'd be hitting this week is pop culture.
Yep, so
that metaphor lost itself halfway through.
It's okay. It's fine. We'll fix it in post. We won't. So we decided to hit up Triple Threat Nostalgia again because I enjoy doing those where we go back to like an 80s, 90s cartoon. We do 3 of them. We watch the first episode and the last episode only and kind of gauge if it evolves and how good it was. Did it age well? We decided to hit up the OG Sonics, as in the 3 cartoons from the 90s, pre-Sonic X. Why are you laughing, Rachel?
I'm laughing because I saw that you blacked out all of my fun facts, which is so rude.
Oh, they weren't fun.
They'll take 20 seconds.
No, remember when I said that I'm cutting stuff like a minute ago?
All right, well then I can say it anyway. I thought at least the Dr. Eggman versus Robotnik was interesting because I did not remember why he had 2 different names. Well, and now the world will never know because I'm not going to say it.
Well, look, okay, if you're coming to the show and you're like, wow, I didn't know that about Sonic the Hedgehog from these little tiny facts that Rachel spent 20 seconds to Google, if you didn't already know that coming into this episode, why are you here? Like, did you know that Sonic used to be named Needle Mouse? Of course you did. Everybody did.
I didn't know that. I fucking loved Sonic as a kid, and I've never watched the shows, and no part of the show would you get the fucking, they called him Needle Mouse before they were like, no, let's call him a hedgehog.
Our audience is not suffering from post-traumatic stress, a concussion, or being stupid, so...
Well, go fuck yourself.
You have a pass. All right, Rachel's gonna tell us these Sonic the Hedgehog
Are you just gonna delete them the second that I start reading them? Because you highlighted everything.
You don't know them off the top of your head? No, I know you don't.
I have them in a different document. If you want to erase them, I'll just go open the other documents. Go fuck yourself.
Here we go. Let's enjoy this unadulterated Rachel tells us Sonic facts. Here we go.
Sonic was originally named Needle Mouse. He was introduced in 1991. Sonic is supposed to have a spidey sense, which I thought was interesting and didn't know was true. Apparently he can't swim, which I did not know was true and is absolutely
Video games,
not.
Jesus Christ.
Because... well, he swims in the fucking show, Gamage. Go fuck yourself. Tails was originally going to be a Tanuki, and then they decided to make him a flying fox. Dr. Eggman was called Dr. Eggman in Japan, but renamed Dr. Robotnik because Western media is boring as shit, and we needed something more intimidating. They eventually blended it to have Ivo Robotnik as his Christian name and Eggman as his nickname, and that's all I got for you.
Well, Eggman was because he was originally designed as a reference to the Beatles song "I Am the Walrus." Because if you look at Eggman's early designs, he's an egg-shaped walrus.
Yes.
Like the cuffs on his shirt make him look like a walrus.
The evolution of Eggman's fucking art style cracks me the fuck up. It is so good.
It is very good. Yeah, I looked it up. Fact checker, never mind.
There's so many pictures that you can get that'll have like all of the different iterations of him, but I just love that he goes from being clearly a fucking egg to sort of like a slouch tip sock shape back to an egg.
Originally he started as a sleepy man. He was in pajamas, big old bushy mustache pajamas.
Which is wild.
It is incredibly wild. Getting into it, though, we did watch the original 390s Sonic cartoons. The standard plot for the Sonic Hedgehog stories at this era was Sonic lives on Mobius, Sonic fights Dr. Robotnik / Eggman back from trying to have complete dominion over Mobius. And that is present in all three of these shows. There's no real crossover with our world until the game Sonic Adventure, where it became the norm, and that was like late 90s. I think it was 2000. I think it was just 2000. This is all before Sonic X and are all drastically different shows and tones, despite all having the same voice actor for Sonic, Jaleel White. Some of you may remember him as Steve Urkel. Some of you may remember him from recent things that I'm not keeping up with Jaleel White on. I don't know. Sorry, man. I have
not called Jaleel White this week to ask what he's working on, so I'm unaware. Oh, yes, perfect. This is what I was referring to.
But like, yeah, he's hosting a game show, but I don't remember which one it was. And like, I mean, I saw it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then it left my brain. Sorry.
You're like, and then it's gone. It stayed enough that you can reference it. So like, that's something.
Yeah. So we are starting off with Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. This is 1993, one season, 65 episodes. It's a lot. This show aired September 6th through December 3rd, 1993. If you do the math, that is 12 weeks or exactly 64 weekdays, meaning that this show aired a new episode every day.
Which is fucking insane.
Very much so. Based on the Sonic the Hedgehog video game, this show features Sonic and his companion Tails. Sonic is best known for being fast, wisecracking, and in my opinion, he's at his most wisecracking here in this show, which is basically what if we did Looney Tunes, but it's actually Sonic the Hedgehog. That's it, really. It's just 65 episodes of wacky Looney Tunes hijinks. Bugs Bunny, but hip for the 90s kids. But, you know, Bugs Bunny's funny and good and stuff.
And also doesn't last 20 fucking minutes. That's a long time for a predominantly slapstick show. That is way too fucking long.
And I know that Rachel watched, because we did like the first episode and the last episode, Rachel did watch different first and last episodes. That is, I'm willing to take 10% of the blame on that, because I usually like give her links like, go watch this, go watch that. And I didn't do that. So I will take 10% of the blame this time.
No, look, I don't really think there's a lot of blame to be had unless you're the fucking Sonic Wikipedia keepers, because the way that they organize that shit is fucking insane. Because I compared...
Because here, it does say, after the original airing, Dick created one more episode. Sure.
I did my fucking homework, and you can suck my dick. I'm aware that extra episodes were created. I am also aware that if you go through the Sonic Wikipedia, a lot of that shit, it has an aired order, and it is consistently out of order on multiple fucking things, which is why I watched the wrong fucking episode. Because it has an aired order versus a number, and it was weird, and I fucking cross-referenced it with Wikipedia, and shit got strange. Anyway, I also watched the pilot, which I thought was fun because Dr. Robotnik was voiced by Jim Cummings in that one. It was odd, very much just introduces their dynamic. Not a lot of dialogue. Some of it's just straight up missing. But I did think it was fun that Jim Cummings did the voice for a section of it.
This is fun and won't get cut.
The first episode that you watched is not remotely the first episode that I watched.
I'm aware, and that's fine, but this is the first episode. This is the first episode in production, and it's the first episode on the DVD. There was 65 episodes. The first episode is Super Special Sonic Search and Smash Squad, which I watched. And the last one was Sonically Ever After, which is also the last one that I watched. And that was, those are the first and last episodes. I know Wikipedia says differently. That is air date. That is a little bit different. I am giving the Sonic Wiki people all due because they are going with how it was intended to be. Like, this is the production date and is on the official DVDs.
Okay, well, no, hold on. The Wikipedia is also out of order.
I know. I said the Wikipedia, like the regular Wikipedia, non-Sonic Wiki, that has the air date, and that's
gotcha. Okay, I was like, the Sonic Wikipedia
I did say
is
that.
Vastly different. No, you said Wiki. I wasn't sure which one you were referring to. I thought you were referring to Sonic Wiki. Anyway,
the Sonic Wiki is the accurate one because they have every single
that is
different
the
DVD type. Like that's the one you should.
That is the story accurate version.
Very much so, and production, yeah.
Anyway. Tell me about your first episode, and I will give you an extremely brief synopsis of mine.
Didn't you just do that? You just tell me about the pilot? That seems good enough.
No, I didn't watch the
getting
pilot
into
episode. No, I mean, I watched the pilot episode. That was just supposed to be a bonus, and then I got to yours and went, what the fuck is this?
Is your brief one going to be like 30 seconds? Because we're already like half an hour into this.
Look, you can't just rule... Hold on.
I can because these issues that we're having are issues you would have had Friday, not Tuesday at 4 p.m. I'm right. You're quiet because you're mad.
No. The part that I have beef with is we spend all these fucking review episodes where it's just you talking, and at some point I have to have shit to say. And so if I have 3 fucking sentences for a first episode that I watched, I think that's fine.
Here, I will.
Because otherwise
it
is you talking at me about Sonic for forever
right. Yep,
until we get to overall
right.
thoughts, and then there's a brief back and forth. So if I have a small fucking thing to put in edgewise, I think that should be fine.
Here. I will give you this. You can do this entire Sonic the Hedgehog series. I'll do the next 2.
This one? The one that I didn't watch?
Yeah,
I'll fucking
absolutely.
do that.
The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. You can just do that
Let's
whole
go.
one. And then, okay.
Okay, so the first episode I watched is Sonic saving a hairy man from a jail cell and then taking him to his high school love to go get married while Dr. Robotnik is really mad and an incel. And that's it. That's the whole thing. The first episode that Gamage watched consists of the theme song is just Sonic's title song from the original games, which occasionally has like riffs from classical pieces such as Flight of the Bumblebee and Hall of the Mountain King. And I completely agree with Gamage's sentiment that it leaves a whole lot to be desired. I didn't love it. Thought we could do better, especially after the 80s power ballads that we experienced during our last Triple Threat Nostalgia. This was a
Family
sad
Guy
start.
reference.
You good?
I apologize. That just seemed like a funny thing to say.
You're an asshole.
I apologize. I wasn't going to do that, but then it just felt
I know.
right.
It felt, I get it. So we start with Sonic and Tails running along when they're suddenly captured by Scratch, which is like a robotic ostrich thing, and Grounder, which is his clone brother that somehow is just a drill that is on tank treads, so I don't know how they're clones.
It
Sonic,
explains it.
I didn't watch this episode, so it didn't explain anything for me.
And that's why this is the introduction episode, because it does
enough.
like, okay.
We'll get there. We're all on a ride together as people who've never seen this episode. Except for Gamage.
And I'm your conductor.
Sonic tries to talk his way out of trouble by giving the origin story of Scratch and Grounder, which consists of the crashing of the Bounty Hunters Convention, which is hosted by Dr. Ivo Robotnik, one of the Robo Bounty Hunters, that is clearly a flamboyantly gay man.
Oh, yeah. You didn't get to see this, but like one of like the Robo Bounty Hunters is just like, which way to the Bounty Hunter Convention? And it's like, whoa. You need to tone it down. That makes me sad you didn't see this.
Every part of what you just said didn't come off as super gay, which makes this even funnier.
My gay accent, not very good. But like the character, I assure you, is flamboyant. He's flamboyant.
Okay.
That's a funny.
Are you proud of that?
I'm not proud of any of this.
You're doing a great job holding my seat.
Oh, thank you.
Robotnik offers up a bounty on Sonic with the reward of 1 billion Mobiums, which may or may not be a lot of money. We're not really sure. So Sonic outsmarts the poorly designed robo bounty hunters by wearing disguises and tricking them, which weirdly enough comes up in my episode too. He dresses up as a bride and then marries Robotnik. That's canon. And then, for some reason, Robotnik's totally convinced that this is the love of his life, right up until he removes the veil.
You can't cross over into your episode.
Yes,
no.
I can. Yes, I can. He's dressed in a bride's outfit the whole time, and it takes Robotnik going in to kiss him to finally be like, hold on a minute, that's a hedgehog. It's weird. It's crazy. Anyway, very Looney Tunes on both accounts.
Incredibly.
Dr. Robotnik gets frustrated and designs a super robot using stuffed animals and rotten eggs, and ups the smarts by throwing in smart stuff too, like encyclopedias. I don't know how you intended to deliver that sentence, but it was wild for me. By throwing in smart stuff too, like encyclopedias, computers, and a high school degree, this makes the ostrich scratch, and then Robotnik takes one of his feathers in order to clone him and gets diminishing returns on Grounder. Looking onward, somehow jealous, is Coconuts, a robot monkey who swears to get Sonic first. His plan, lure Sonic in with chili dogs. It would work on me. I get it. To the uninitiated, chili dogs are Sonic's favorite food, so it works. Sonic falls for it, where Coconut is concocting poisonous chili, which might have worked, but then Sonic sees and jumps the gun and transforms the chili dog stand.
No.
What?
He sees Sonic and then jumps the gun. Like Sonic is just like, hey, where's the chili dog?
Sonic,
and then Coconuts goes, aha, and then transforms the chili dog stand into a giant robot. He could have just poisoned Sonic, but that would have worked.
Excited. So some people are premature, And the whole time he's yelling, "You made me do this." Which is fucking a wild mental image. You're making me do this! Anyway, he gets thwarted, and now Scratch and Grounder get to try. Grounder morphs his drill into a pumpkin and throws it at Sonic. Thwarted. Then Scratch morphs one of his hands into a hot chick, and I think tricks Sonic into a hole in the ground. Sonic escapes and disguises himself as a doctor, and this show sucks. There's an educational bit at the end. In this one, he explains how inappropriate it is to dial 911 when a bunch of robots are trying to murder you.
Can we talk about how Sonic's shoes are red?
Yeah, why?
Oh, no, you're supposed to make fun of me for such
you're
a
right.
stupid thought.
You're being me. Gamage, why the fuck would we talk about that? That's such an irrelevant little tiny fucking detail. It's like talking about how he's blue. There couldn't possibly be a fucking reason that they made him that color. You're a fucking idiot. They actually made him blue so that it matched the Sega logo.
Rachel, you can't do that.
No, this is what you do to me, you motherfucker. You'll be like, you're a dumb bitch for asking this question. Also, here's a small piece that I'm curious about.
Okay, yeah,
fuck off.
Yep.
Gamage and I also watched different final episodes. Mine was very much a recap episode, so I thought it was an appropriate ending episode because it was just replaying a bunch of different parts of other episodes and was boring as shit.
I want you to imagine you watch Looney Tunes and it's a recap Looney Tunes episode.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
That's what I mean by why the fuck did they make these 22 fucking minutes long? Are you shitting me? And you'd air these every day? That's so much work that is nonsense. A lot of the times they're switching around plot fucking things because they're like, I don't know how to fill this space.
Exactly. And you watch an episode and then halfway through you're like, okay, so it's over, right? And it's just like, no, let's roll it back and just do that again. Fucking okay.
Yeah, no, in the one that I watched, they fucking freed this dude named Lucas from jail. He finds the person that he's gonna marry, and then they're like, let's capture him again and add this other weird storyline about marrying Sonic. Anyway, so the final episode that Gamage watched, some stuff happens. I don't know. It's probably not important. I guess Sonic, Tails, and Robotnik get teleported into a fairy tale storybook. Sounds way fucking cooler than the episode I watched. I was very jealous when I read this. There's a tree with its mouth gaped open and it has wide eyes. We're not really sure what that's about. Tails is wearing a dress. He lifts it up and says he's a girl now. Also not really sure what that's about.
He has cleavage.
I love that.
But yeah, he has cleavage and he lifts up his dress and looks down there and he's like, I'm a girl now. And it's like, okay. There's nothing down there, bro.
They do various fairy tales in this episode. Hansel and Gretel, Snow White, which turns into the Three Little Pigs. Cinderella's there. There's even a Godfather reference for fucking who? We don't know. They all get out. Robotnik has magic now. Not really sure why. Sonic systematically thwarts Robotnik's magic by fixing the individual stories. There's a beatnik giant. The important message at the end is an advertisement for the local library. One of my important messages was the robots getting drunk, and then Sonic telling them that liquor is for losers.
The messages are like, we saw G.I. Joe do it. We could do it too. Because, like, there was the one where, like, where Sonic and Tails are just there, and then robots are, like, running, like, jumped up, and they're about to attack him, and Tails is like, oh, no, let's call 911, and Sonic's like, nah, we don't call 911 unless it's appropriate. It's like, you're about to get jumped by robots.
Murderous robots.
There's no more appropriate time to dial 911 than that. Overall thoughts. Pros. Introduction to smack-talking Sonic the Hedgehog. We usually don't get that all the time. As his attitude is merely hinted at in the video games. So, like, it was just kind of like you see him, like, kind of, like, wag his finger at times. So getting a quipping hedgehog really set the tone for, like, future iterations.
I also think of the ones that we watched, this is easily the one with the best one-liners.
Sure.
I think some of them are fucking nonsense.
They absolutely are. But
I
like
picked 3 favorite ones. One is, when fast thinking is of the essence, I'm the essence of fast thinking. That's Sonic.
Sure.
And then I really liked Robotnik got confused halfway through the love story between Lucas and Lucinda and goes, Sonic and Lucinda's true love are ancient history and future fossil fuel. And then Sonic says, I'm fast, and he's furious after catching Dr. Robotnik. And I was
way
like,
before Fast and the Furious, by the way.
Yeah, they started this.
Cons, I don't even know where to begin. It's an incoherent mess. There's fucking zero plot structure. The animation is inconsistent. Character sizes change constantly. Sometimes Sonic is taller than Robotnik. The theme song is, I hate the theme song. Sonic and Robotnik are at odds, but why? Why are they at odds? Why are they fighting each other? We don't really know. Why does this exist? The games already existed at this point and were successful, and this wasn't selling toys. I mean, there was Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. That was a fun game, but like it was also kind of just Dr. Mario too. I hated it.
I thought it was. I have never been familiar with this Sonic as a freedom fighter rhetoric because I never watched any of these as a kid, and
Sonic
so I thought it was really odd. Well, clearly, I thought it was really
always.
I get it. Thank you. I thought it was just really weird that they
Since the dawn of time.
They talk about it in this show, but there's no there's nothing going on that he needs to freedom fight. He's just like running around defacing Robotnik's signs and things. Like other than trapping a man for 30 years because he's a fucking incel and like the girl he liked, I don't know. Maybe there's more in the other episodes. Who's to say?
He's literally a menace. That is like why I said like it's like Bugs Bunny but not good because Bugs Bunny is also a menace. But like Sonic has a purpose. He's doing things for a reason, and that was just absent in this show.
Like vehemently absent. My favorite part about this show, though, is that because it was the first one to air. In the episode that I watched, Sonic and Dr. Robotnik fully go through the process of getting married and are pronounced husband and wife. So now I continued through the rest of these shows knowing that they're like a troubled married couple, and that pleases me.
But they're different universes entirely, and
I don't care. It's canon that they got married, and I don't care.
It's canon that they got married in a fucking Looney Tunes universe, sure. But that has nothing to do with any other Sonic iteration ever.
I like to believe it's part of what contributes to them being at odds. Robotnik is actually just lovesick and heartbroken.
No, because look, I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you and have the jokes. Like that's fun. That is fun. Like what you're doing, it looks fun. But knowing where I'm about to go, I don't want that touching this. Do you understand?
You don't want that looming over the beautifulness that is the next show that we watched?
Sonic the Hedgehog, 1993, 2 seasons, 26 episodes. This show aired September 18th, 1993, exactly 12 days after Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog aired. So these shows going on at the same time. Which, think about it. This show, like you watched Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, haha, and then 12 days later you get this and you're like, whoa. This offered a completely different experience from the prior show, also referred to as Sonic Sat-Am, Sat-AM, because it aired as a Saturday morning cartoon. This show depicts Sonic with his ally Sally Acorn, leader of the Freedom Fighters, as they fight Dr. Robotnik, who has an iron grip over their home planet Morbius. It introduced many characters and themes that would become a mainstay in the Sonic lore, not being Sonic and Robotnik marrying. First episode. Let's start with the theme song, Rachel.
Look,
this theme song is an era-defining banger. It's bumping. It's got lyrics that showcase exactly who Sonic is. It shows the plot. Fuck, this is good. It also shows like the world before Robotnik invades. Like that's important. We don't know about like Mobius before the regime.
I originally, when I watched this, did the thing that I normally do when I watch shows where I kind of gloss over the intro theme because I'm like, oh, this is the, you're getting through this to get to the show, and had so feelings about it. And then I was like, no. In the last one, I fully watched all of these. So I went back and restarted it. And I got to agree with you. It's actually kind of baller. Like, it's pretty fucking good music-wise. And then I do really like that it does a lot of establishing story stuff where it's just showing you. Yeah, a lot of showing and not a lot of telling, which I was like, damn, that's actually really nice because then it gives you an understanding of where we're at without needing to really explain much.
Yeah. Getting into it, we start in one of Robotnik's lairs where Sonic and his friends Sally and Antoine are infiltrating to get information. There's a Catman here too, but he's unimportant, gets turned into a robot. I don't care. This Robotnik dwarfs the other Robotnik in every conceivable way. It is incomparable. Sonic is always Sonic, sometimes at a fault in the last one, I'll say. But like this Robotnik is the Robotnik I default to. He's evil. He's menacing. He's actually a genius. He's just so iconic of a Robotnik. Like I haven't liked a Robotnik since. Like Eggman's kind of fun in the games and Jim Carrey does an okay job, but like this is my Dr. Robotnik. Like I can't call this man Eggman. He's always going to be Robotnik. He also has a way better minion, Snively, who's also a genius but pretends he's stupid. It's fun. So
I feel like I did really like this Robotnik because he is, like you said, actually evil and menacing. I think my Robotnik, just because this was my introduction to the Sonic world, is from Sonic Adventure, who isn't, I don't think he's menacing, but he is causing enough problems that you're like, okay, this person is like evil and destroying shit.
No, I get it. Like Eggman, because like that's Eggman to me. Because I'm American. I was a kid. I'm not gonna be here being like, oh, the Japanese version. No, that was my first Eggman, and Eggman's great. I did love playing him in the adventure games. He's fun, but like this Robotnik was just something else. Eggman was never menacing to me, but this guy was. He was like Claw, but you could see his face.
This is the one where they also ditched the fucking crazy eyes. Because the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, he had a slouch tip sock head and then these giant vacant black eyes with like red pupils.
We also had the big red nose because he's like, he has like rosacea or something.
Yeah. And I think this is the show where he like has, I don't know, like his vibe is a lot more menacing too. Like he's not like a joke.
Yeah, he's also part cyborg too. Like he's practicing what he preaches because he's all about roboticizing everybody. That's the official word in the Sonic lore, so deal with it. So Sally and Antoine go to a swamp as per a message left to Sally by her father in hopes to find him. Robotnik knows this and has laid traps. Sonic learns of this and speeds off to intercept. I'm being very basic because I think you should just go watch the show. It's all on YouTube. It's all good. They get attacked by a giant robot monster. Sonic uses a power ring to speed into it and destroy it. This show also did a good job of showing the importance of rings to Sonic. It's peanut butter and jam, like rings weren't even in the last show. And
not at all. I don't think they introduced the Chaos Crystals until this show also.
No, Chaos Emeralds were like in the first game.
Yeah, no, I know, and they didn't talk about it in the previous show. I don't think. I think
I mean,
it was this show that actually talked about it. But I mean, they left so much out and to
you're
be
right.
desired in the first show.
You're right, but it never was there going to be a point when Sonic gets all the emeralds and turns into Super Sonic in the Adventures
Oh
of Sonic.
no! I didn't
Never.
mean that they were gonna get all the emeralds. I was just like they just like rings and Chaos Emeralds. Like no part of it was even remotely thematically introduced.
It was more about like, here's Sonic. You've never heard him speak before. This is how he speaks, which I guess is kind of right.
This is how he sass.
They make it back to Robotnik and thwart his plans, destroying his jets. That's just the first episode. The final episode, Robotnik has a doomsday device that springs to life while Sonic and Rotor, which is this walrus guy, test out some new metal-eating balloons. Their village is attacked by a doomsday pod and destroys a majority of the balloons, save for a few. They make plans to invade the doomsday ship. We also get to see my favorite character of the show in this episode, Bunny Rabbit, who's a rabbit girl who was partially roboticized by Robotnik. So she's a cyborg, but she still has like her organic awareness and stuff. I love this character. It's one of my favorite from the comics. So Robotnik wises up to the attack and counterattacks. The other teams of the attack get captured while Sonic, Sally, Antoine, and Bunny stay free. Sonic goes off on his own and is captured by Robotnik. He tries to roboticize Sonic, who uses several power rings to overpower the machine. We also get to see Tails and Sonic's uncle, Chuck, who was completely roboticized but retained his memories and acts as a spy for the Freedom Fighters. So Tails and Uncle Chuck are in this, but like Tails isn't like always there. They formulate a new plan using some Power Stones at the heart of the Doomsday Factory, powering Sally and Sonic to both fuck shit up. I always liked Sally as a love interest for Sonic more than others.
Yeah, I like her a lot more than Amy, which is that was my introduction to Sonic's love interest. And Amy, I'm just like, eh.
Because Amy's not a love interest. She's like a little girl who's like in love with Sonic. And that's how it started as in the Sonic CD game. And that's kind of how it always been. And I think it kind of started to shift, but it's always going to be Sally Acorn for me. So this actually ends. Sonic destroys Robotnik. There's a cliffhanger here for a new villain in Snively, but they ultimately defeat Robotnik, and it's done. This is the first show that we've watched that has an actual ending.
I know, I was stunned. I was like, okay, so you received enough, you either had enough foresight or received enough notice that you were able to plan the end of your show.
I mean, there's a cliffhanger.
One of the three. Or
there was a cliffhanger for continuation with a season 3, but it didn't pan out. But that's okay because the show did end. It has an ending, and that's fine. Yeah,
and that's the thing is you can have the availability for there to be a continuation of the universe, but it is nice when a show actually has a resolution. Because I mean, you can continue any story for any reason. That's how stories go. But having the main arc that you've been dealing with for 2 seasons actually have some kind of closure is nice.
Yeah, and that is my biggest pro here is this is the best show we've done so far because it has a full plot. There is a plot, things happen, things progress, characters are introduced, characters are killed off. Things are happening here. You could actually sit down and watch as you go, huh?
Yeah.
Other pros, a banger intro, just one of the best. Fantastic character design. There's a lot of furry awakenings here. Great animation, great tone. The tone matched the animation all the time. Voice acting is all A-listers. I could go through, but I won't. Though the show got canceled, it did live on in the Archie comics that went on from 1992 to 2016. If you ever picked up a Sonic the Hedgehog comic and read it and went, this is fucking really good. Yeah, I know. It's the Archie comic series, and it ties in with the Sonic the Hedgehog Sat-Am, they call it.
I also really enjoyed that this show did a lot more to establish the world and legitimize the concept of Sonic being a freedom fighter. The other one just kind of lazily suggested it. And this one actually goes into having a purpose and why and a world that needs to be saved versus the last one was very much a Dr. Seussian whatever that he's running around in and just doing hijinks. And this truly has stakes and things going on where it's people, like you said, people are dying. And there's the introduction and takeaway of characters, and there's actually things that are going on.
there's legitimate guerrilla warfare tactics happening here, and there's like a bunch of freedom fighters who like embolden their forces, and like it's fantastic.
There's whole. I did watch a random other middle episode on this. There's also like there's a whole introduction of there's other portions of this culture that have been erased and delegitimized, and they go into that concept, and it's just
roboticized.
Well, no, they were just fucking destroyed.
No, I was just calling back to Robotnik's roboticizing the world.
Sorry, they were roboticized.
Which you do see in the game, like when you at the end of the levels, when you like hit the thing and like a bunch of like rabbits jump off. That's you saving the flickies, I think they're called or whatever. Like the game had the same lore, but like it wasn't doing a great job at like conveying it. Whereas the show was like able to sit down and tell it to you.
Yeah, it wasn't giving you as much of the story around it. But yeah, no, this just had so much more life breathed into it. More people breathed on this show than they did the last one.
I mean, the last one got some breath, that's for sure, but it was like the last breaths you see from an Alzheimer's patient.
Yeah, just...
to get into the cons of this, fucking squint because there's not a lot of cons. Maybe the series is too short. It's only got 26 episodes, but like that's enough, I think. Suffers from the same sort of thing other animated shows did in the 90s, I guess. A lot of furry awakenings here, depending on where you stand on all that. Maybe that Tails takes a back seat most of the time. There was supposed to be a season 3 where we would eventually meet Knuckles, but that didn't happen.
That's sad.
This show also somehow had a lower rating score than the first, but that's fucking bullshit. We just watched them back to back.
Because the quality between the two of these is so astronomically different.
I could be wrong, but like I did a quick Google, and the last one was like 7 out of 10, and then this one was like 6 out of 10, and I was like, no.
I could understand if it's like because it was viewed more by younger audiences or something, and it had that Looney Tunes slapstick style, but I'm like, in quality, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Getting into our third and final show, Sonic Underground, 1999 is when it aired for one season, 40 episodes. Almost double what the last one did.
That's also so many episodes for this fucking hot garbage.
This one might be the most out there. As surprising as it seems, knowing both ends of the spectrum we just left, this one is the most late 90s of a show.
Unfortunately.
I just copied the plot synopsis from the Sonic Wiki because my words couldn't sum it up better. Sonic, Sonia, and Manic are the children of Queen Alina, the rightful ruler of Mobius, and are pursued relentlessly by Dr. Robotnik and his bumbling bounty hunter sidekicks, Sleet and Dingo. As infants, the siblings were separated and placed in hiding to fulfill a prophecy made by the Oracle of Delphius, which is a spoof on the Oracle of Delphi in ancient Greece, that the triplets would grow up and fight their estranged mother, overthrow Robotnik, and take their places once more as Mobius's rightful rulers. The three siblings possess enchanted medallions that transform not only into musical instruments, but also into weapons. Sonic, electric guitar and laser rifle. Sonia, keyboard and laser rifle. Manic, drum kit, which has the ability to control seismic activity, triggering earthquakes, rock slides, etc. Aside from doing bad with Robotnik, with their medallions in instrument form, the trio perform as the underground rock band, the Sonic Underground. One last thing I wanted to add is that Sonic is still super fast and his siblings aren't, and that seems weird.
And I don't feel like they explain it ever. Maybe they do. We only really watched 2 episodes.
Well, because like from what I can gather, I've watched more than the first episode and last episode of this show, but like it doesn't get better.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. I also have you seen? There's an episode after Knuckles has been introduced where there's just like a Jamaican flag in the background, and then they just start singing. No man is an island, because he's trying to defend his floating island.
Yeah. Did you see the GIF that I posted?
Such a weird choice. Yes.
Yeah, the one where like Knuckles is falling, and then Sonic has like a weird, I don't want to call it a Simpsons smile, but like he just has like this weird animation smear face and then reaches out and like his hands are huge.
Vacant,
it's really bad.
Unblinking eyes. Like the animation is just, oh my God. Like we said the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one that we talked about, is like an Alzheimer's patient's last breath. That actually, I think, might be this one.
What happened is the Alzheimer's patient's last breath happened, but then the nurse like put it in a jar and then let it ferment for 6 years.
And that's this.
And
she bottled the last breath of a black plague, a fucking patient in the Middle Ages, and then accidentally knocked it off the shelf in fucking 1999, and this is what happened. It's just such... You know what bums me out is the intro to this fucking blows. Like it's
Sonic Underground?
Like,
it kind of is, yeah. Like it's
some parts are good, some parts are bad. I feel like it's trying too hard to be good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
My biggest beef with this show is I feel like it really railed into the cyberpunk era of what Dr. Robotnik would be. And
everything
has some
in the 90s did.
Pretty fucking cool like background art. And then the actual animation, at least like when they're in a city, it's neat background art. The actual animation is just dog shit.
Have you ever watched Spider-Man Unlimited?
I think a little
bit. You know what? We might actually I might put a pin in that because Spider-Man Unlimited is like the Sonic Underground of the Spider-Man world because it's very much like it's Spider-Man in the cyberpunk future, and it's like it's getting back into Sonic Underground. Rachel's right. The song isn't awful. It's glam rock. It's kind of fun, but like it's also kind of discombobulating. So we start with the narration of the Queen. She kind of reads her lines like she's singing them for the first time. Like she like says she like reads the line and then stops and pauses for like a second and then says the next word and there's almost a question inflection there. Like she's like,
it's
she explains this.
Sorry, I was gonna take over reading for you and do it the way that she does it.
Yeah, go for it.
She explains the prophecy I already summarized. The 3 hedgehogs were separated and given to families. Like, it's just so disjointed.
Yeah. With Manic, the wild and crazy one, being kidnapped and raised by a hobo roach person. I thought that was fun.
That was so good.
Sonic gets a high-class upbringing, but can't shake the wild child inside.
Sonia. Sorry, you said Sonic, and that'll be confusing for everybody else.
Yes, you're right. I hate that there's they're like, Sonic, let's make a girl Sonic.
Sonia. You tried real fucking hard for that. Also, her voice pisses me off.
Sonica. No, we can't do that. That's another
annoying.
Sega thing.
Every part
and then
of
there's
her
also
sucks.
Manic. I mean, we're both like having different conversations, but like we're both seething and have the same energy here.
And it's all built around the same thing, which is that hers a design awful. All right, Sonia, high class upbringing, can't shake wild child.
Yeah, Sonic gets adopted by some like rural family consisting of ambiguous animal origins. Like one of them might be a rat. It's got like rat ears, but like it's also kind of a dog. I have no idea.
It's odd.
Sonic's house gets burned down, so he runs to Uncle Chuck, who exists in this universe, I guess. So why he couldn't live with him to begin with is weird. And then he starts his guerrilla warfare on Robotnik. So like Sonic Underground kind of exists in like the normal Sonic lore, sort of. It's almost like the whole underground thing. Like it's almost like the regular Sonic was happening, and then it's just like, oh, but siblings.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Robotnik is not as good as the last show. His design is somewhere in the middle of the last two and is far more bumbling towards the first.
His design really slid back to the first show more than anything.
Agree.
Like I think his outfit is even the fucking same.
It's like they tried to like kind of combine the first two together, but like it's not menacing and I don't care.
They just like I don't feel like they took nearly I don't know. I just feel like they took too much of the like slapstick shitty, not actually intimidating Dr. Robotnik and then tried to add in some of the cool Dr. Robotnik and we're just like, it's good enough. And it's like, no, it was not. False.
It's just weird that like they 90s-fied everything in this except for Robotnik. Like It was the 90s. They could have like given him some like fucking neon visors and shit, but they didn't. They're like, it's fucking whatever the second draft of the last one was. Let's do that.
Yeah. They took him back to the slouch tip sock head, and that pissed me off.
So Sonic is visited by the Oracle, who can summon chili dogs at will and can also energize Sonic with a wave of his hand, making him the most powerful being in the universe. He tells Sonic of his siblings and that to find them, they must play the song in his heart. So we get a musical number. That's a thing in this
Every
show.
episode.
Meanwhile, Robotnik learns that the hedgehogs exist and remembers the time the Oracle teleported into his room and froze him with magic to threaten him with the prophecy. Really seems like an all-powerful guy. Really seems like he could have, I don't know, taken care of all this shit.
Yeah,
he freezes Robotnik and could have just slit his throat or like fucking teleported him into space.
Or just fucking left him frozen. Just leave him there.
Yeah, but stop. Their hedgehogs are coming back. You're gonna get yours pretty soon. Like
what?
Look, I get like things need to happen in a specific order to make the prophecy happen, but like if you could just take care of it, that's the prophecy, dog.
Yeah, it seems like you could have just like saved the world a lot of trouble if you could have dealt with this. This is such like a fallacy in every like show and movie and book that does this of like, do you just want to watch people suffer? Like that's what this is.
Oh yeah.
100%. Because there's no other explanation other than I have godlike powers and I'm playing this bitch like The Sims. I'm building this drama as we speak.
Well, it's like the philosophy of like inaction is an action, like the whole like standing idly by while your kingdom burns because like that's the prophecy. Like we're supposed to fight that as a plot point, but like that just becomes the plot point in a lot of stories, unfortunately. So Sonic plays some fucking MIDI music. It's not mid music, it's MIDI. For those who don't know, MIDI's like is music played by a computer. It's 8-bit fucking it's music you'd find in the Sonic games. He goes to a dive bar and plays MIDI music, and then Manic and Sonia just happen to show up and begin playing with him. Robotnik's goons attacks the place, and he sees hedgehogs and needs to get a retinal scan to confirm that they're the same royal hedgehogs he has a photo of. Matching colors and hairstyles weren't enough. And then the all-powerful Oracle shows up and gives exposition to the hedgehogs. That's the first episode. So it kind of feels like maybe there's a plot that's going to happen.
I think maybe my favorite part of the first episode is when Robotnik shows up and Sonic grabs him and is like, we gotta go. And I think Sonia's like, who are you guys? And Sonic goes, you're brothers. And then Manic is like, we are?
Yeah.
Like, this is the writing and this is so bad.
So to the final episode, we begin the last episode by Sonic and Manic playing video games and Sonia being mad because boys video games, girls mad about video games. This is also one of those shows where it's like you feel like the show could have been over halfway into the episode. Like I definitely feel like halfway into this episode, I like was looking at the clock and I'm like, we're not even halfway through. Are you kidding me? It's over.
Yeah, this was the last episode that I watched because I watched it I think in the same exact order that you did. And it's just, I was like, release me from this fresh fucking Sonic hell. Because we had a real nice high in the middle, and coming off of that high into this sucked.
God, I know, man.
It was awful.
I did all this in the same day too, and I was all like, ooh.
Why did I? Yeah, I was like, I wish I'd fucking reordered this because this is horrible.
Yeah. So Cyrus the Lion, who's a character in this, and the Sonic Underground pals make plans to attack Robotnik or something. They don't really explain it, and it just happens. The plan is working, and then Sonic says, almost as good as the gay, I think. Like, I was like, he did not just say that. I rewound it and heard it, and I'm like, I'm still unsure, but I also don't care enough to actually find out. So the plan works, and then the team goes home, and they play video games in the video game. They start playing their instruments and sing a song in the video game, and then they almost get killed by their opponent, Destructo, who's a character. But it was all a dream by Manic. So Manic wakes up, and then they actually play the video game where their online buddy Destructo convinces them to download mods for their Minecraft server, but it's actually a virus, and Destructo is Robotnik, and Sonic with Manic gets isekai'd into the video game, so Robotnik is going to kill the two in Minecraft, eat your heart out, Sword Art Online. I wrote all that down, and that is exactly how the episode goes. Like, it sounds like I'm just, like, having a stroke, and I'm just, like, reading off a groceries list and start, like, imagining demons. That's the show.
Did you also catch the parallel that one of the last ones ends with the fucking fairy tale thing, and this one ends with the getting sucked into a video game?
I didn't notice the parallel because the parallel was interrupted for a short moment of bliss, and then I got into this. So it's like a sandwich made with like delicious filling, and then like a shoe, and then
the most
a
incredible
newspaper.
burger with dirt bread as the outside.
Sonia and Cyrus come up with a plan to bring Robotnik into the game where they blow him up. That happens. They're still in the game when the episode finishes. I assume they all get out, but it just ends with Sonic going, "Game over, Robotnik," credits immediately.
Implying
and I'm like,
that there was maybe an end to this show as well? Perhaps? Sort of?
They're still in the video game, and Robotnik did die in the game, so he died in real life, but like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
God, I'm confused.
Who's to say?
Overall thoughts, pro, not pros. Pro is that somewhere in the show we get Knuckles, but it's like the early socially awkward version of Knuckles. There's kind of a plot. There's development of the kind of a plot.
That's
Cons. It's a musical and not a good one.
It's so bad.
Like imagine having to write music for 40 episodes of something. Like it's not like Adventures of Wonderland where it's like kind of good. Oh, we got to do Adventures of Wonderland sometime. Maybe next time we'll do both Spider-Mans and I'm getting ahead of myself. I have unicorns in my eyes. So this is a musical and it's not a good one. Sonic also didn't need siblings. Every great character is in it. Sorry, every great character is not in this. There's no Tails. I don't even count Knuckles because it's not really Knuckles, man. The character design is bad. Like for one of Sonic's brother Manic, they just made Sonic green and gave him some punk hair. Bam, new character. Animation feels way cheaper than the previous show. Voices aren't very good. Story didn't actually wrap up. Maybe, I don't know. There were plans to conclude it as a side story in the Archie comics, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, it was bad. It's bad.
And the character contrasts are uneven too. Sonic, everybody knows Sonic. He's this quippy, wild comic relief that balanced the mature and responsible characters around him. Like it's a very like mature kind of world that he's in. And Sonic is still that, but we've also added Manic to the mix, and it's jarring because like Manic is supposed to be like this, whoa, crazy version of Sonic. It's like that's just Sonic.
We already have that.
Why are we here?
We didn't need to do this. Like even the good one in the middle, just the Sonic the Hedgehog. I feel like they press their luck sometimes with the like, can you give me some patience, and him tapping his foot for 2 seconds and being like, time's up, because it happens so often. But then you add in another character that is the same exact type of character, and it was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, can we just like do something for 2 seconds? Please.
Manic is just Michelangelo, fact checker says, and she's right. Michelangelo, also my least favorite Ninja Turtle. Could not care for him.
Yep. I would agree with that.
Like maybe when I was a kid, I just wanted more serious tones and story, and like maybe I don't mind a character that brings brevity to it, but like characters like Michelangelo and Manic are just like they're too far in the opposite direction.
Yeah, it just ends up reading as annoying more than it reads as like comic relief.
Yeah, comic relief is fine, but like why don't you chill down with the pizza party? People are dying. Yeah, maybe,
perhaps. Who's to say?
And that's Sonic, the 90s Sonic, pre-Sonic X. Sonic X is like the quintessential, like has all of the Sonic shit in it and all the adventure lore and Shadow the Hedgehog and Chows and Chaos and all that shit. You like that? Go watch it. I'm not going to cover it though.
Yeah, we're done now. This was Sonic.
No more Sonic.
I love Sonic the Hedgehog, like the game that I played as a child. Well, games, plural. And this made me dislike Sonic a little bit. This experience. The middle, great. Love that.
I'm going to be honest.
The shitbread, no.
I wanted to like Sonic the Hedgehog. I didn't actually like the video games. I enjoyed kind of playing them, but like I never got very far in them. I love the Sonic lore. I love the Sonic world, the Saddam cartoon, the Archie comics, incredible. Sonic comics are really awesome. But like the Sonic games, mechanically, not good games. They're not good games. The originals, I'm talking about the originals. You cannot create a game around a mechanic of moving super fast and going fast and then immediately punish you for using it.
Yeah.
It's not a good platformer kind of game. Yeah. Like the later Sonic games, they actually have portions where like you're going really fast on these ramps and loop-de-loops, and like people hate those games, but honestly, those games make more sense for a Sonic game than the originals do.
Yeah, they do.
What are we doing?
I feel like they utilize the speed aspect in the later games to like not just for the ramps and things, but like also more in the fighting style, and it just makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. And I mean, like, sure, those games do kind of suck, Sonic the Black Knight, but like at least they were like trying to make the mechanic work.
Yeah.
I don't need to go really fast and then stop to like jump on this platform and then jump on that platform. What are we doing? Why are we here?
Yeah, well, that's like Sonic Adventure.
I just keep defaulting to Tucker Carlson. I'm sorry.
What are we doing? Why are we here? Sonic Adventure, I think, did because that's the one that I've played the most. I think did a good job of actually using the speed as a pro. The first one, but like mechanically speaking, the first one, I don't think I ever really spent a lot of time playing the second one. You are like it. You need to be moving quick to be able to move through the level that you are moving through. Otherwise, you will miss the like fucking things that you need to spring off of to change zones.
I think
and it just makes more sense.
I think the reason why the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 games worked better as like Sonic games is because you were playing the other characters, and therefore each character kind of had to have an entire level layout designed specifically for them. So with Sonic, it's just like, go fast, you're Sonic. For Knuckles, you're punching things and finding emeralds buried underground and shit. So like, it actually allowed you to like go back to Sonic and be like, this is just the speed levels. Let's save the platformy shit for the flying guy. Yep. It made sense.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. There's more thought. Gamish, what have you been listening to this week?
Anything new? No. Same
have you been
old,
listening to Hot and Fretty?
I will recommend Madeline Goldstein? Madeline Goldstein? I don't know. She's a dark wave synth pop artist. Right. She's really good. Very ethereal, breathy vocals. She has an album coming out next Friday by the time this airs. But I'll recommend the song that I discovered and fell in love with, and that is Seed of Doubt. I've been listening to Hot and Freddy every day with a couple other things like mixed in there. Like I'll just be like, I need to supplement other things. I need to have vegetables with my steak, or I'm going to die of cholesterol. Seed of Doubt is in there sometimes. So
you're like, so that's my recommendation for the week.
That's my recommendation for the week.
I have a brand new recommendation for you. For not Hot and Freddy, and not just because I can't stop listening to Hot and Freddy. Chelsea Jordan is an artist I hadn't heard of before this past week. She kind of recently got famous, I think in 2024, right after she had like a nice good breakup that really infused her music with some passion. I mean, that who's to say? Could have been there before, but the breakup songs apparently really hit, and she got popular, or more popular. But she's sort of like an R&B style artist. But she released an EP on Friday, I believe. So it's like brand new. And it is called Better Late Than Not at All. It's a pretty good album. It's definitely about going through the throes of what it is like to break up with somebody and the different ups and downs that you're experiencing when it comes to, like, one of the songs is literally just called Level Out, which is needing the highs and lows post-breakup to actually start leveling out and having some balance in your life. But then it goes through the just like what it's like to be with a new person and not wanting to flex to like their experience. And it also being like fun and exciting to waste your time on somebody that you know that there's no like real investment into, because it's just that. It is just fun and no strings attached. And then it sort of slides into what it is like to exist in the spaces where you spent so much time with this person and have to know like you're going to remember them and the things that they taught you and like learning how to let that go. And then ends on I think her most popular song, which is called Picky and Choosy, which is one of the ones that I'm going to recommend. And that one's very much about finding yourself again and deciding not to spend time on things that aren't worth who you are, and actually like spending enough time dating yourself that you are picky about the people that you surround yourself with. But the 3 songs that I'm going to recommend are Level Out, Halfway Through, and Picky and Choosy, because I thought those 3 were quite good. I actually think most of the songs on that EP are pretty damn good, but she has a really lovely voice. And if you're looking for like a nice sort of mellow album to put on in the background, like this is it. If you're looking for something to get a little bit melancholy, but it ends on kind of a hopeful note, this is it. It's really nice. So highly recommend Chelsea Jordan. I liked it a lot.
Neat.
Anyway, thank you for listening. If you liked what you heard, or you also think red shoes on a blue hedgehog are fucking stupid, please like and subscribe on whatever your most favorite podcasting place is. If you want us to talk about a thing, you can email us at whtpah@gmail.com. We take hate mail. That's whatpa@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at We Have That Podcast at Home, all one long giant word, spelled correctly. Or you can follow us at WHTPAH on Blue Sky. That's whatpa on Blue Sky. And I didn't fucking open the wheel. It's been a while since I did that.
Sure.
But next week we'll be tackling the illustrious and fine art of we got pop culture again, so you get to suffer through whatever we decide you suffer through, which is, how we do every week. But I think it's extra fun when it's back to back the same thing.
I have a thingy, like I was just talking about it, but maybe not, maybe so. Maybe I've been off-brand Gamage. Goodbye.
I've been off-brand Rachel, and this has been We Have That Podcast at Home. Don't let your hedgehogs fight egg-shaped people.
Yes.